Alright guys, and welcome back to the Little Lawton Gaming channel. Today we have the second season of the Bugatti series. I just want to thank you all for your support on that opening episode. And if you are enjoying the series but you're not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button down below. It really helps me out. Otherwise, Ferrari will still be powering Bugatti in Season 2. And Callum Ilott, he stays as the second driver. But just because he's staying doesn't mean there aren't any driver changes elsewhere. Let's go see what's happened. So there were two retirements. Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen both retiring from Formula 1. Luca Giotto took one of the places at Alfa Romeo, and Giovinazzi also left Alfa, which means Christian Lundgaard took the second Alfa Romeo seat. George Russell went to Aston Martin, which then opened the door for Giovinazzi to take the spare Williams seat. And just before we head to Bahrain, Bugatti are no longer the worst car. They have overtaken Haas and are now chasing down Williams and Alpine and Alfa Romeo to try and climb up this grid and start competing for the points. But with all that now out the way, Bahrain is the setting for the opening race, and Max Verstappen made it a victory on the opening race. Perez made it a 1-2 for Red Bull. Hamilton getting on the podium. Pierre Gasly and Mick Schumacher having a cracking race for AlphaTauri in 4th and 5th. Bottas 6th. Leclerc 7th. Ricciardo 8th. Norris 9th. And Sainz got that final point for Ferrari. And next up was Imola, where Max Verstappen wins again. Back-to-back race wins at the start of the season. Perez making it back-to-back 1-2s for Red Bull. Bottas on the podium, this time in 3rd. Norris 4th. Leclerc 5th. Gasly and Schumacher once again in the points for AlphaTauri in 6th and 7th. Ricciardo 8th. Hamilton all the way down in 9th place. And Fernando Alonso finished 10th. And it's a hat-trick for Max in Portugal as he wins again. And it's a hat-trick of 1-2s as Perez comes 2nd. Bottas 3rd. Hamilton 4th. Leclerc 5th. Norris 6th. Sainz 7th. Ricciardo 8th. And Schumacher and Gasly 9th and 10th. And in race weekend 4, it's another 1-2 for Red Bull and another race victory for Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton this time on the podium with them. Leclerc 4th, Norris 5th, Bottas 6th, Sainz 7th, Gasly 8th, Ricciardo 9th and Alonso in 10th. 4 races in, we're still not seeing a Bugatti driver in the top 14. It's a bit worrying. Red Bull have delivered. It's 5 1-2s, it's 5 race victories for Max Verstappen. Bottas 3rd, Schumacher up in 4th, fantastic drive from him. Norris 5th, Hamilton 6th, Sainz and Leclerc 7th and 8th, Ricciardo 9th, and Russell picks up a point for Aston Martin in 10th. 6 on the trot. There's only one person winning this championship right now, and it's Max Verstappen. The 1-2s have ended though, as Bottas finished 2nd, Perez 3rd, Norris 4th, Leclerc 5th, Gasly 6th, Sainz 7th, Schumacher 8th, Ricciardo 9th, and Russell once again picking up a point for Aston Martin. And that means 6 races in, Max Verstappen holds a 49-point lead ahead of teammate Sergio Perez. Bottas is 3rd, Norris is 4th ahead of Lewis Hamilton in 5th. A very poor start to the season for Lewis. Leclerc 6th, Schumacher 7th, Gasly 8th, Sainz 9th, Ricciardo 10th, and Russell and Alonso both on 2 points in 11th and 12th. And in the Constructors, it is Red Bull with a very commanding 128-point lead after 6 races. Ferrari are 3rd, McLaren 4th, AlphaTauri 5th, and then Aston Martin and Alpine 6th and 7th. Williams, Alfa Romeo, Bugatti and Haas all failed to score a point. Bugatti are only just better than Haas at the moment. Bit of work needed if they're going to catch Alfa Romeo and Williams. He's going for a record. It's 7 wins on the bounce for Max. Bottas 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. So for the first time this season, both Red Bull cars don't make it onto the podium. Leclerc 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Norris 6th, Sainz 7th, Gasly 8th, Schumacher 9th, and Alonso got the final point in 10th. He's only gone and done it again. Race weekend 8, and there's only been one winner this season. Max Verstappen wins in France. Perez makes another 1-2 for Red Bull. Leclerc on the podium this time. Bottas 4th, Norris 5th, Sainz 6th, Ricciardo 7th, Alonso 8th, Schumacher 9th, and Gasly got the final point for AlphaTauri. 9 wins on the bounce. Max Verstappen wins in Austria. Perez makes it another 1-2 for Red Bull. Bottas makes the podium. Sainz 4th. Hamilton 5th. Norris 6th. Alonso 7th. Ricciardo 8th. Gasly 9th. And Mick Schumacher picked up the final point in 10th. It's over. It's taken to the 10th race weekend, but Max Verstappen has not won the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton wins in Britain. Bottas 2nd, so Mercedes get their first 1-2 of the season. Perez 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, Verstappen 5th, Norris 6th, Leclerc 7th, Gasly 8th, Alonso 9th, and Schumacher got that final point in 10th. And it's back-to-back weekends where Verstappen doesn't win the Grand Prix. Perez wins in Hungary. Verstappen 2nd, so it is another 1-2 for Red Bull. Leclerc gets on the podium ahead of Lewis Hamilton in 4th. Sainz 5th, Bottas 6th, Norris 7th, Alonso 8th, Ricciardo 9th, and Gasly 10th. Bugatti not seen in the top 14 all season so far. And that means at the halfway stage, Max Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship 78 points ahead of Sergio Perez in 2nd. Bottas is 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Leclerc 5th, Norris 6th, Sainz 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Gasly 9th, Schumacher 10th, Alonso 11th, and Russell is in 12th. And in the Constructors, Red Bull are 178 points ahead of Mercedes, Ferrari are 3rd, McLaren 4th, AlphaTauri 5th, Alpine 6th, Aston Martin 7th, and the rest still haven't scored. Bugatti still 10th out of 11. And as we head into the second half of the season, Bugatti still got that second worst car, although improvements coming in will make them compete with the likes of Alfa Romeo and Williams. Well, he went 2 weekends without winning, but he's back to winning ways in Belgium. It's Max Verstappen with the victory. It's a Red Bull 1-2 as Perez finishes 2nd. Norris gets on the podium for McLaren. Hamilton 4th, Bottas 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Sainz 7th, Gasly 8th, Leclerc 9th, and Alonso finished in 10th for Alpine. Well, he's only failed to win 2 times this season. Well, he failed to finish his home Grand Prix as Max Verstappen had an engine failure, which meant Bottas won the Dutch Grand Prix, Leclerc 2nd, Perez 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Sainz 5th, Norris 6th, Ricciardo 7th, Gasly 8th, Alonso 9th, and Russell makes a return to the points in 10th. Next up was Italy, where Lewis Hamilton reigned supreme ahead of Max Verstappen in 2nd, Norris 3rd, Perez 4th, Leclerc 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Sainz 7th, Gasly 8th, Alonso 9th, and Schumacher got the final point in 10th. But it's Max Verstappen who wins in Russia. Bottas 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Sainz 4th, cracking weekend for Ferrari, Hamilton 5th, Perez 6th, Ricciardo 7th, Norris 8th, Gasly 9th, Alonso 10th, and Bugatti still not made the top 14 this season. And despite starting to lose a few races, Verstappen still leads the championship comfortably, 94 points ahead of teammate Sergio Perez. Bottas is 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Leclerc 5th, Norris 6th, Sainz 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Gasly 9th, Schumacher 10th, Alonso 11th, and Russell with 3 points in 12th. And in the Constructors, Red Bull 186 points ahead of Mercedes, Ferrari are 3rd, McLaren 4th, AlphaTauri 5th, Alpine 6th, Aston Martin 7th. All the other teams yet to score, and Bugatti still sit 10th. And Max Verstappen gets back to winning ways in Singapore. Charles Leclerc 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Perez 4th, Hamilton 5th, Sainz 6th, Norris 7th, Gasly 8th, Alonso 9th, and Schumacher 10th. And in Japan, it's Lewis Hamilton who hits the front and wins. Verstappen 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Perez 4th, Leclerc 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Norris 7th, Gasly 8th, Alonso 9th, and Schumacher 10th. I've just come to accept Bugatti probably aren't going to hit the top 14 this season. But in America, it's Ferrari who are flying. Charles Leclerc wins the race, Verstappen 2nd, but it's 2 Ferraris on the podium with Sainz in 3rd, Bottas 4th, Hamilton 5th, Perez 6th, Norris 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Gasly 9th, and Schumacher in 10th. And Leclerc's good form continued as he managed 2nd in Mexico, but it's Verstappen who won the race. Bottas 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Perez 5th, Ricciardo 6th, Sainz 7th, Norris 8th, Gasly 9th, and Schumacher 10th. And Verstappen makes it back-to-back victories in Brazil as Hamilton comes second, Leclerc third, Perez fourth, Bottas fifth, Norris sixth, Gasly seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Sainz ninth, and it's Schumacher's newest favourite position, 10th. And it's a hat-trick for Verstappen, 3 on the trot as he wins in Australia. Bottas second, Hamilton third, Perez fourth, Leclerc fifth, Gasly sixth, Sainz seventh, Schumacher eighth, Norris ninth, and Ricciardo got the final point for McLaren. He really is wrapping up this title in style as it's Max Verstappen who wins in Saudi Arabia. Bottas second, Leclerc's fine form at the back end of the season continues as he finishes third, Hamilton fourth, Sainz fifth, Perez sixth, Ricciardo seventh, Norris eighth, Gasly ninth, and Schumacher once again in that 10th place. If you need any Christmas presents wrapping up, give them to Verstappen because he's done it again. He's wrapped up the title in style with another victory. Leclerc second, Perez third, Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth, Gasly sixth, Bottas seventh, Schumacher eighth, Norris ninth, and Ricciardo 10th. It's a bit sad we haven't seen Rossi or Ilott make it into the top 14. Hopefully next season that will change. Bugatti need to put their ideas up and start delivering this car. And there we are, comfortable as you like in the Drivers' Championship, 196 points ahead of anyone else for Max Verstappen. Perez second, Bottas third, Hamilton fourth, Leclerc fifth, Norris sixth, Sainz seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Gasly ninth, Schumacher 10th, Alonso 11th, and Russell, the only other scorer, in 12th. And once again, as comfortable as you like for Red Bull in the Constructors, 244 points ahead of Mercedes, Ferrari 3rd, McLaren 4th, AlphaTauri 5th, Alpine 6th, and Aston Martin the only other scorer in 7th. Bugatti, not as good as their 8th last year, but in terms of the car, what they had, they've managed to beat the team that they wanted to beat. Haas 11th, Bugatti 10th. It's going to be a big season next season. Let me know in the comments, do you guys think Callum Ilott should still be at Bugatti for a 3rd year? I'm not too sure right now. I will have to look at the options in that regard. However, if you're enjoying the series, if you like the concept, please do drop the video a like. And as I said at the start of the video, please do subscribe. It really does help and pushes this content out more, much quicker. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.